Shalom. Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth, sincerity, and diligence for the sake of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Lord, willing this lesson may be edifying and straight to the point. Just a real quick article from End Time Headlines. It said the mainstream media is now admitting that we are facing the worst food crisis in modern history, man. Yeah, it's really going down. You see, that famine is just going to suddenly make its way to America, man. And that's the subtleness of Yahweh Shah. That's how things just suddenly happen, man. One day, 1 week, life is good. Next week, you living in hell, man. You see, and that's how the famine going to make its way. You see, because these Americans, they not aware of this, man. They not aware that the famine is increasing. More and more you hearing inflation, shortages, recession, prices going up. And that's because the famine is increasing. You see, just this first paragraph, it said people on the other side of the planet are dropping dead from starvation right now. Yeah, the people over in Africa and shit, the articles out there, man. They got babies dying from being malnourished and shit. It's really going down. You see, but most people don't even realize that this is happening. Unfortunately, most people just assume that everything is fine and dandy. You see, and that's these Americans. These Americans are not at all built, to acknowledge reality, man. Acknowledge or entertain it. They not fit to entertain the famine or acknowledge that this is actually taking place because it's going to destroy their reality. They still under that American dream, that American dream spell, man. You see, he say, if you are one of those people that believe that everything is just wonderful, I would encourage you to pay close attention to the details that I'm about to share with you. Global hunger is rapidly spreading. See? Global hunger is rapidly spreading, and that is because global food supply have been getting tighter and tighter. If current trends continue, we could potentially be facing a nightmare scenario before this calendar year is over. Yeah, man. And that's what we hoping for, man. The hopeful elect, hoping that all prophecy be fulfilled this year, man. You see? And one of those prophecies is the famine. And you see it increasing real quick. This Ezekiel chapter 5 and verse 16, he said, when I should send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and I will send, in which I will send to destroy you, I will increase the famine upon you and will break your staff of bread. Yeah, you see, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, the powers of heaven and earth, the God of the Bible, is manufacturing the famine. And he's for to send it forth to America. You see? And it's going to bring forth massive evil. You got to consider this a gutless country. A convenient society where you got DoorDash and Grubhub. You can go to Walmart and online grocery shopping and shit. They bring your groceries out to you. They can deliver your groceries to your house. Hey, when all this stop and this cut off, when Walmart run out of food, evils is going to increase in the streets, man. The nature of these Americans is going to change. They say friends should fight against each other like enemies. You see? This famine is going to be for your destruction. For these Americans. And for the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because they've been liking unto these Americans, man. He said, which should be for their destruction, in which I will send to destroy you. I will increase the famine upon you. Yeah, and that's why you got terms like inflation, recession, shortages, price increasing and shit. Because that's the Lord increasing the famine upon America. And will break a staff of bread. That staff of bread going into your support. So you're not going to have food banks and food stamps and, WIC. You're not going to have none of that. The Lord is going to break all that. The government is going to turn it off. You see? Real quick. And it's all going to happen all of a sudden. That's the suddenness of Yahweh Shai. Hey, the evils is just going to suddenly descend upon America. The famine is just going to suddenly descend upon America. You know, this 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 22, he's saying, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Now your staff of bread gonna be broke, and your storehouses that you depended on is gonna be unsown. They ain't gonna have food in them. Your gas stations ain't gonna have food in them. Dollar General and shit, none of that shit gonna have food in them. He said the full storehouses should suddenly be found empty. Everything is just gonna happen all of a sudden. And the trumpet should give a sound, which every man should hear it. Yeah, there's like no food. People gonna be going live. You know, the news gonna be out recording. They're gonna be inside Walmart recording the people in chaos, recording the people running out the stores and shit. You know, yeah, and the trumpet should give a sound, which when every man hear it, they should be suddenly afraid. Yeah, sudden fear is gonna fall upon you because of the lack of food that's gonna be in the society, man. You know, concern gonna rise. How we gonna eat? You got a family of 5, a family of 4, a family of 3, shit, family of 2, family of 1. You know, single parent. How you gonna feed your family when the famine hit, man? You know, and at that time, shall friends fight one against another like enemies. You see that? So the mannerism gonna change. The nature of these Americans, the friendships, everything is gonna be torn and broken. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The spring of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You see? So when that famine increase, evils is gonna increase, man. You know, real quick, cause let's go here. Yep, this 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 18. For because of their pride, see, the Lord giving you the reason on why He bringing forth these things. For because of their pride go before destruction. You think you the shit, you know? Well, look, that's your pride, and suddenly you're gonna be destroyed, or you're gonna be humbled to the point where you're brought to shame, man. You know, and that's what's for to take place in America. This place is for to be brought to shame and suddenly destroyed. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Why? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. It's going to be going down, man. When the famine get here, man, it's going to be going down, and it's increasing. The famine already here, man. It just haven't fully presented itself. You know? The Lord say, behold. You know, the people haven't behold the famine yet, but you see the build up to these articles is you beholding the famine increasing, man. You know, and it's going to increase until you actually living in it. And if you don't know the Lord, well, look, you're not going to be protected, because ultimately, look, those who have faith going to rely on what He told us in Job 5, right? Job 5 and let's see, just get straight to the point. Job 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine He shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. See? And that's what we hoping on, man. Thou shalt be hid from the scourges of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. You see? And this is the spirit that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to put on those who pretty much have faith and trust in Him. You know? If you leaning on anything outside of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, this shit ain't going to hold you up, and you're going to get consumed. You know? But for those who trusted in the Lord, hey, He said in famine He shall redeem thee for death. Yeah, He's a many that be that perish by the famine. You see, a lot of people gonna get took out by the famine. But he said, at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh, man. The Lord is gonna put the spirit on us, man. And we're gonna be all right out here. For those who trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know? But hey, man, he just giving that warning, man. You know, that famine increasing. You see, but Lord Williams edifying to the elect, to those seeking salvation, to our Lord Yahushua. Always giving all the glory and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Hashem Hakodash. Shalom.